Hello, everyone. How we all doing? Fun fact, that timer starts at 10 minutes, so take that how you will. Oh, I need... hang on. I have to remove a mod that I was writing. Otherwise, it's going to take about 40 minutes for my save to load. And I wish that was an exaggeration, but it's actually true, because I was trying to write a mod that would reprioritize construction as it was being done. Long story short, terrible idea. Does not work well. Could work well, does not. Let me just say. Alright, I'm back. Alright. But yeah, no, I was writing a mod. Basically what it did was it sat between, like, it sat there waiting for you to build stuff. And it would grab the entire thing and go, okay, what order does this need to be built in to prevent things from getting built in the wrong order such that things can't be built? Which is great, except that turns out it's a very expensive bit of math to the point where the game takes like 45 minutes to load because it technically it queues all the construction while the game's loading. Oh wait, I have to destroy those two. Just build that one first, please. Hopefully those two get built in the right order. Wow, we have unemployed beavers. Sure, that'll change as soon as those come back online, but it's almost a drought. That's cool. You know what I'm realizing that would make this all a lot faster, unironically? Not explosives factory. I want to build a tunnel. I just realized I did that on the side that I shouldn't have, because I can utilize this better if it's on the other side. All right. Just cancel all of this. I mean, yeah, I realize that that's going to be problematic, but not much I can do about that. I will probably replace that with a ladder very shortly. If I make them too wide, not only does it happen faster, but they can, you know, get there and do it. That didn't make much sense, but you know what I'm trying to say. This is a high priority, and it's going to request none of those, actually. It is going... this? No. This. I want you to request explosives. Obtain maximum quality prioritized. I expect we're about to see a crowd of beavers. Because all the builders in the city are about to be coming this way. I turned off the music last night, didn't I? Yes, I did. Right, speakers are on. Turn those off. How's this coming? Oh, we're getting there. We're out of planks, but that's, you know, hardly a big deal. We're making more. No, we're not. Now we're making more. And the pumps will come online, so we're actually short 23 jobs, but that's fine. I wish that the... Okay, real talk here. I feel that it is a bit strange that the Irontails don't get a larger industrial pile. The other kind of beavers that would build the giant storage pit thing, not, you know, yeah. You know what I am realizing, though, is that I didn't actually leave them anywhere over here. Oh, I need to... Those need to be high priority. I should cover them, I believe. Yeah, definitely a lack of planks, but that's not the end of the world. Surprisingly, no power gen is on right now. Which is saying something, because we're definitely using power. Quite a bit of it. Alright, explosives are, you know, getting there. No doubt this is partly because I've just put so many, okay. Because I've put so many things down for them to build right now. Of course, it doesn't help that they're currently tasked with pumping water, so my builder's huts are empty, but... Of course, I also have 140 free beds, so, you know. You know, the apartment block B is coming along. Mega Building H, that's what it is. Now, my understanding is that as I get their well-being up, they live longer, right? Which means that the better my colony is, the more beavers I'm going to have. As long as I make sure that I have enough water, you know? There we go. Storing a little bit more power. It'd be such a troll to put that there because it wouldn't be usable like so often. And also it would probably block the water, which is not desirable. That being said, bang, copy, paste. There we go. And that's all regular priority, so it's not a big deal. That's actually a hell of a shortcut. If your goal is to get from here to here, like, that's saving you quite a trip. Yeah, I'll get built eventually. Always good to have options, I say. Good, they're making progress. And we're actually more than catching up on planks, which is good to see. God damn it. Oh, we're back to unemployed beavers. Good. These are all full again. No sense in not having more of those. We've got enough haulers right now. We need builders. I do wish that the game let you assign more than 4 beavers to a building, because that's a really low number. Or maybe an upgraded version of the building that lets you assign more. Either way. I mean, honestly, what I need to do is I need to just stop building stuff and let them catch up. Because that's the problem we're running into right now. They're just so backed up by the number of construction jobs. I think there's like 80 of them right now. No, more than 80. All the individual blocks down there. Yeah, we're probably closer to 100. You know what annoys me is they'll put all the materials there and then they just won't touch it to make it go off. It's like bare minimum, guys. Bare minimums. Yeah, from now on, it's gonna be double wide tunnels. That is a neat looking material it's using there. Again, he could have just finished the job. Didn't. Pretty low on extract. That is because we are out of the juice. If I remove that, can I fit? No. Almost, but I can't. And you're getting banned. And that's the end of that drought. Just from the word that's coming to mind is dehydration, but that's not the correct term. The steam. There's a word for when water evaporates. Just from the evaporation, that gets pretty low, like by comparison to like what it could be, and what it normally is. Alright, we're about to start pumping bad water again. think that's all the ones over here. I need them to be prioritized having the lumber hauled off, because otherwise they just end up not cutting trees. And it's not like we have a lack of haulers, so... See how long until it takes more haulers to exist, but still. Alright, so the real mistake here was assigning these the highest priority. They should be no priority. Let's leave those alone. Because there's other things that need to be done sooner than this. And they can whittle down the high priority stuff and do that in the background. And plus, having more workers is never a bad thing. Of course, as soon as this water tank is built, we're going to be in a situation where there's just, like, not enough water again, so immediately going back to pumping, but... This should be relatively high on the list. We have everything for it, so... And we are net negative power right now. But that's fine, because at night they catch up. There we go. In the event that we get down to like less than 20% power remaining, we will employ some beavers to manually push a wheel. Because another 300 horsepower, right? Of course, I could just build another one of these there, but that already exists, so. These are almost done. That'll speed up explosives very much. Now, one thing I do want to change out is how this is constructed right now. First of all, you go there. Second of all, ladder. Ish, because not quite. That goes away. There's going to be a station here eventually, but I think I'm going to dig around it, and we'll just have that as an access tunnel. Probably add more access tunnels later as well, but... Okay, good. That means there probably is some beavers, surprisingly not, getting bait. And you're running, excellent. That's being built. Someone just needs to bring it along. There you go. Alright, that's working. I just realized that there's a mod that I hope exists. And I'm gonna check the workshop for it. Interesting, but not quite what I'm looking for. I was hope. Okay, that's neat, but not what I'm looking for. No, what I'm looking for is I would love a mod that made it so that beavers, so that haulers could haul stuff to the actual construction site, which I'm pretty sure used to be a mod. How they? Oh, probably there's a hole there, isn't there? Oh, we're almost at the point where we can start setting up the other tube-way, huh? We'll make do. I'm not sure which side. I think that way will be the way to go because it's going to go that way. But yeah, we'll see. A little bit of extra space never hurt anybody. I feel like I could justify more beavers over here to cut wood, but I don't need to because I've got plenty still. Yeah, there's room. I can, yeah. Why not, right? I'll leave that at regular priority. So far, it looks like our population is evening out at 150-ish, so that's handy. Unironically, I love this as a system. It overflows just a bit, but it ensures the entire thing is topped up just automatically. I don't have to do anything. It's so freaking good. And we also just have this reservoir down here for no real reason. That just casually flows out into here, which just overflows the edges over here and over here. Like it's just so good. I love it. I love everything about it. And I've reached a population of 250. Actually, I want this to be a supply depot, but it's gonna hold logs with a relatively high build priority. Sounds good to me. And scrap metal. If there is... Oh, it's only 59%? What? Okay. Yeah, those are set to supply. If it is less than... 50%. Just realized the mistake that I made there, and I'm now going to fix. And then I need a... Is it relay? No, it was... I think it was memory? Yep, it was. Okay. And then metal 25%, metal 75%. Should mine. Automated by should mine. Right now, they might as well not mine either way because there's like just a complete lack of like metal deliveries going out. So. Scrap metal ahoy. Actually, empty out this warehouse. We don't want to store metal here anymore. Because that's like out in the middle of nowhere. That's not good for me. I could dam this up and turn this into another industrial center, but I don't need another industrial center right now. I got this area over here pretty covered. Of course, I could set it up as like a bots industrial center, but all right, forgot about ladders. What's left of higher priority? All of that, which is nearly done. That, those, that, and then it basically just moves down to lower priority. Once the majority of the construction's done, I can resume building this, and that is a win. This will be a big win once it's all working, you know? Good, good. That's what I was hoping to see. these all on beavers? They are, I think. Yeah, they're builders actually. They must need the metal for something. Anyway, good to see it getting used. Oh, they're just storing it over here. You know, that makes sense. Yeah, okay, so if that is less than 25, that's above 75. That should... Okay. We won't buy more metal until we need it, so that's good. Not pumping water, so we got all the builders and haulers. Now, I could swear there used to be a mod that made it so the haulers would provide to the, yeah. It really says something. There's only one unemployed beaver and no free jobs. Two unemployed beavers when the water pumping comes back on. Means everything's happening full tilt right now. Yeah, we're actually balanced. No unemployed, no vacancies. 256 beavers. That's a fun number for that. And that is going to be the end of that construction project, meaning everything else should just get blitzed through in the meantime. This is pretty quick using up that bad water, so that makes sense. Now it occurs to me that I shouldn't be using the water level all the way back there. I should be using it here. That way it measures the level of the bad water as opposed to anything else. And that increases the level of the bad water just slightly. Can someone please tap this with a wrench? Real hurry. Thank you. That one should be on. This one should be on. Ah, there we go. So only once it's dried up should they stop working. And this is going to be going, hey, there's not enough water for quite a while because I added a giant water tank. And that is murking our dynamite supply. Which is why we need more of this. Please. Ah, you're a hauler. That's what I was hoping to see. I wish they could invent a cart. I feel like that would be very beneficial to them. At the very least, I expect we're going to have so much traffic going in and out of the tubeway stations once it's all done, because it's very direct and much faster, so. Although my understanding is that the other beaver group has a different, like they have like a zip line thing that is much more flexible. And like, I'm down to try that. Not right now, but eventually. .81 explosives left. The goal is for the entire bay eventually to be empty like that. That being said, I'm going to lower the priority on these because as much as I want to get them done, I don't need them done that quickly. admit I admire their dedication. On the plus side, they're getting shit done. I have no doubt that I will be digging out a new tunnel under there, but I just want that filled in for now. Probably have it come off and up and around and up. Yeah. And a drought's coming. That's fine. I have honestly almost doubled our water supply, and this is all deeper, so. There's just a casual 500 horsepower, which I love. I love that. It's good. Oh, this needs to go as well. You have very little need of keeping raw metal up here. And we are not making enough extract. Because we don't have enough bad water? Yes, give or take. I mean, we have bad water, but, you know. Got to mark this area as choppable. occurs to me that this could be a great spot to do just power gen. Because that is like a dedicated source of bad water that I can dam up and just send downstream, and I don't have to care about it. But that does mean I have to deal with bad water, which is irritating. Because like the ideal thing to do would be block that, get rid of those, and turn all this into green farmland, and then get my bad water from over there or something like that. But like, I need my bad water consistently, so best I can do is cap these and then put a... Ooh. If I cap these, I can probably automate the caps to only turn it on and off based on the liquid level to keep it from... Ooh. Oh, that could work really well, actually. Flows even during droughts. Excellent. I'm gonna leave those for now. I'm gonna mark them as open. But later on, I'm gonna automate those so that they just provide, like, just maintain liquid level in here. It doesn't have to be that high because this spot's over here is technically lower. It needs to be lower than that. Which I believe is 0.75 by the reckoning of the other dams, of the levees. And then nothing would actually stop me from that, after that point, from figuring out a way to supply water into this, which would probably be like via dumping, but like... Well, actually, if I build a dam there, I could do that. If I then put dam across that... And dam across that... I'd have to steal those. Basically, I just need to put a dam across everywhere where it goes down until it hits the end, and I can have this entire area be green. Ooh, that is delicious. Interestingly, if I dam it up 2 blocks here, I can get all... I think I'll get a lot more usable land, so I might do that. Project Green Land is a firm possibly yes. Oh, beautiful. That's what I love. That, you'll love to see it. Actually, no, I don't need that one. Just this one. Should give me enough space to do that, I think. Yeah, that'll give me enough room space. Beautiful, it's already online. Although I bet I have to use a vertical one here. Oh, good game. Why cannot place it? Oh, is it because of this? Oh. Noted, that is a problem. There we go. It is, in fairness, probably the fastest way to go there on foot at the moment, so that makes sense they're doing that. That should be changing soon, though. And tubeway. Okay, so you can't. Okay, so it does connect to the underside of a two-way station. Beautiful to know. I was just Googling it to make sure I wasn't making like a colossal mistake over here. Note to self: dual tunnels are just easier. And this is likely not far off from done. A bunch of those just need to be tapped with hammers, or wrenches, or the tool of choice for a beaver, honestly. You're gonna be on the right side over here. Of course, what I'm realizing is I've made a mistake here because this has to go as well. Because that needs to be, first of all, that needs to be that, but this also needs to be that. There we go, one two-way station-ish. There's not many reasons to travel all the way over here, but it's good to have the option because I might end up using this area. Probably also expand the network down this way, especially if Project Green Hill Zone is a go, like properly. If I decide to execute on it. Also, they are taking full advantage of this drought over here. I actually do want these done as soon as possible, to be fair. We don't have enough explosives, but I'm sure that'll be remedied. In terms of gears, don't have enough. Metal blocks, don't have enough. But we are manufacturing them, and that's what matters. It occurs to me their ability to build infinitely downwards means I can abuse this a little bit. I don't think we're going to have enough time, but I can make that happen. Gears, we do not have enough, but we're making more. Surprised more of them don't stop for a drink when the opportunities there presented like that. If I ever have to release those dams, I don't want to flood the tubeway. Oh, you're just going to work, okay. Get that one done first, yeah. It's about 65 more gears. Damn, we have nuked our explosives, metal block supply. Yeah. And now we are refilling on power. You know, there is a mod that's like, I believe it's called 2 shifts. I like it on the one hand because it means that you have a night shift and a day shift. On the other hand, it kind of like messes you up because like, you know, it decreases the efficiency by 50%. So like your readers are more busy, but you don't get more resources for the extra time spent working, right? too many screws? Yeah. Okay. Alright, so I would say that one is on the network, but it's not quite. Wait, what? Oh shit. I knew I should have replaced those. That should be enough to prevent the overtopping over here. Yeah. I'm gonna have to swap those out. And that's just gonna sit there for a while until it gets all pumped out. By this all flowing through. On the plus side, we're getting there. Just about none of our projects take bolts instead of metal bits, because that would make this a lot easier. Oh hey, the first one's done. Water is returning. Reservoir is filling. Go, water's going in there. Wheels about to start begin spinning. Once this finishes, at least. There you go. Wheel should be spinning now. There it goes. The first bit of the season. Power is suffering, but recovering. How would you automate the water wheel? Like what, turn it off when there's too much power? Why would you do that? Also, that casual 600 horsepower pulling it out of the depths. And this should hopefully begin to soon start pushing water through there to flush that through. There we go. The temptation is real. I'm going to do this. Because I need it to start pushing this out as fast as possible. Or at least dilute the hell out of it, which is what it appears to have done. So diluting it in this case did work, so that's excellent. I will undoubtedly have to tweak that, but that's fine for now. My intention is to block this off, set up better things. How high is the water level here? Oh, okay, I should be able to just replace this then. Mistakes have been made. Good news is, the brigade's here. And the wood is nearby. Oh good, they're all in the bad water. That's really not where I wanted them to be, to be honest. We're gonna have a lot of contaminated beavers. You know what? We always need more extract right now, so... I just realized there's a lack of metal blocks hanging around, isn't there? Yeah. That might come back to bite me. Well, it'll get built. And this is going to kill most of the trees, which is great, but maybe we can flush it through again. There we go. I'm gonna have so many sick beavers, though. Just want to get this back up to height. I'll do that at night. How's the two-way looking? Getting there, getting there. It's all limited by metal production now. It's just getting rinsed from multiple angles. This just needs a couple more gears if you have plenty of, I think. And again, no, apparently we have no gears. On the plus side, that should be done shortly, and this needs another 300 gears. Ah, yeah, that explains why we don't have any gears. Honestly, what I'll probably end up doing is setting up level sensors all along the river here, and just have it dynamically adjust gate levels in order to keep everything up, with a conditional of not drought. Why are these not getting any? Oh, it's because there's no extract. Because we're using all the extract, but now we're making extract again. Well, we're making more extract. That's not a good place for those to be. It would be the funniest behavior if there was an opportunity for baby beavers to jump on top of these when they're about ground level. And they would just ride it up and down. Come on, guys. You gotta realize logistics are gonna be faster if you have this done, right? What all is using it right now? What is using our extract? Because I know it's used in a number of things, but I'm not sure what's using it enough that we're like constantly out of it right now. Well, we'll forever have a love for Kohlrabi, at least. Oh, hang on. Are we working? We're working. Hell yeah. And that means technically I can put a station up here now. Alright, so I need them to high priority. Dig a tunnel right here. And in the same spot on the surface, dig a tunnel right there. Okay. It is unfortunate, but I'm gonna have to, like, break that path. But that doesn't break anything other than that path. And it'll encourage him to take this when it's done, so. I need to do this. And I'll leave the path intact for now. Really is a lot faster. One more. Nope. And very shortly, away they go. And because I know some of them will still want to walk, I will install a ladder there. Or a ladder of stairs. I don't know why they prefer it, but, you know, some of them will, I'm sure. At the very least, it'll make it easier for future constructions, right? If I can just, you know, branch off and go wherever. You're shitting me. It did it on the wrong layer? You know what? Fine. I can work with that, I suppose, yeah. And I was looking to go above, but you know what? Sure. Why not? Underneath works just as well. This just needs to be poked. Decorative clock just feels very Big Ben. There it goes. Gotta catch that in the morning, because goddamn, that was a lot of beers. Oh, it's got almost all the gears it needs. I may extend it over ground to get over here. If only because it'd be nice for them to have an easy way to grab the metal. Oh, that's what's using all of our... That's what's using the extract. Let's switch to the less efficient form of metal mining for now. Can't wait to see this in the morning. Oh, hooray, a bad tide. Oh, yeah, look at that. Actually, no, that's not what I wanted. I want... this one. Ooh, there's a source of fresh water. That's nice. But now I want a dam here. Actually, if I put the dam there instead and destroy these, that's not tall enough, but right idea. Actually, very not tall enough. That'll flood that entire area. Never mind. I was gonna make use of that, but that's actually not a good idea. Here, on the other hand, if I do that, it'll actually work out better. There we go. Because this is the same way I use that, which means I can make that work. There we go. And that should effectively flood all of this area and give us all this usable land. He said, realizing that means that this dam here is not going to be sufficiently tall, and that thus I have to make it taller. Which means really the place to put that is over here. Actually, no, it's going to be taller than that even. Because the point is the water's going to be flowing along this, which means that's going to be overtopping that dam. Yeah, it should work. Actually, no, that means I don't even need this dam, because that's going to handle all of this area. Hell yeah. Because what's going to happen is this is going to flood. It's going to come up here. It's going to flood all that. It's going to go all the way right down there. We're going to need to cap those, so I'm going to have to build up stockpiles for those materials, but that's fine. And this is just whatever. This is... I honestly don't care enough, but yeah. And I'll cap these. Probably put... Maybe put down another metal mine. At the very bare minimum, I'm going to need to bring the subways over here for this to be anywhere near efficient. The subway. I'm also going to need to plug this, so as soon as this is done and I can close them off so I can build that dam properly, that's going to be a big priority. Okay, we have 15, 16, 17, 15 extract. Okay. Oh, these are using extract too. That's probably part of the problem. Bad tide will redirect that out there, which is fine. Which honestly makes it even more sense. My plan. I might blast this down a little bit and just make it a better channel, but overall, that's gonna work fine, I think. It'd be really cool if I could put the equivalent on there, but at the very least, between those, we shouldn't have any more bad water issues, unless it's bad tide. And if I really wanted to, I could build a whole diversion thing that redirects the water this way when it's bad tide. Oh, beautiful. That's what I was hoping to see. Alright, let's clean this up, shall we? to set up automation. So, measurement is less than 0.8 meters. There we go. That should be less than? Yeah, okay. 0.8 meters should be fine for that. I just realized, I think the reason nobody showed up is because they totally did not announce that I was live on Discord. Oh well. There you go. I'm now realizing forking off at this particular juncture probably not the best idea, but it's gonna make a mess of the connection mostly. Yeah, I can make it work though. I want them to finish getting that out of there before I go and turn that on. I'm also keeping an eye on our food supply because that is no longer in the 7,500. That's about 6,500. So have they been demolishing a specific food, or am I hurting for something? And it looks like they've just been eating a lot of mangrove fruit. But I don't know that, so... Probably just processing, if I had to guess. And I've certainly got ingredients. If need be, I can make more stuff. Corn rations would be a good thing, just store more of in general. Yeah, because we're growing a lot of corn. Eggplant ration. Well, okay. What is there? One of these that I'm not storing a lot of? Cassava. Fermented cassava could be good. Tory bees, maybe. Yeah, we'll store more cassava here. Yeah, it's just a log. I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, now to hook these up to automation. And then turn them off again because I came to a realization about what I really want. Oh no. Okay, okay. Whew, I thought I'd just like blown a hole in the bottom of that. That would have been awkward. I just realized there was a part that I forgot to do here. In fact, it was the entire point of doing that, to be perfectly frank, and I messed it up. Don't go in the water. thanks for that, but also, damn it, don't go in the water. It's dirty. Literally poisoned. There we go. I want to, if less than 0.85, 0.9. I'm gonna wait for water to be flowing again, and then I'm gonna pop those and build a dam there. That's going to call for 300 gears, of which we've got 100. 200 metal blocks, of which we've got 170, and explosives, of which we have 45. I'm going to set up dedicated storage over here with the explicit goal of them being able to build that real fast. So this is going to be gears. This is going to be metal blocks. Which are not stored in here. And explosives. Oh, perspective messed me up there a little bit. Maybe I should add some hysteresis to that. Bad water low. Bad water high. Bad water low. Bad water high. If it is less than 0.2, greater than 0.8. And these are going to listen to bad water hysteresis. I'm gonna cancel the rest of these for now. As it is, I've already got a ton of new water storage going on, so... Not all of it's immediately accessible, but I can fix that later. I just want this to end. I'll do it again, but I'm going to do it slower and more controlled. And less piecemeal like this. Occurs to me there's no way they can get over there. So I gotta put stairs underwater, as you do, because swimming, not really an option for them for whatever reason. is for there to be enough material here to block that before we start. And then wait for this all to, well, for the most part, dry out. Get water running through there. Pop these. Which I now realize are also a bit of a danger because of the bad water possibility. But if I can figure it, well, they don't produce a lot of bad water though. But that might just be because they don't flow very much. If I set that to block when there's bad water, that should be fine. It should get just flushed out later. Okay, that's that. Good thoughts. Good thoughts. It's a good thing you don't have to worry about the contamination sticking around, right? Like long term. Probably overdoing with the explosives considering I only need 50. Oh well. I'll tear these down after. It'll be fine. Or put something else in them. Wood? No, I can't put wood in these. Point is, I'm doing this because green, not because I need the space. Ah. Wait a second. Need that to get built so it'll actually turn off. How can you not get scrap metal? Oh, that's out. Yeah? Okay. Yeah, I can do sides. Pardon? Okay. Bye. This seems like a reasonable-ish spot here. Yeah. Okay, not quite what I was going for with that. Alright, raw metals coming back. And I do believe we are outproducing because we're not using all the explosives right now. So that's good. So this calls for 300 gears, 200 metal blocks, which that's going to be almost not quite. Okay. Oh. I'm going to build a dam there, of course, but it's going to be toggled height-wise by this. Okay. Making progress. Oh, I can't do that there. The ladder would have blocked one of the directions, minimum. And I need both. Oh, we're getting there. 93 in here. Maybe Holler should be Holler. I will note that the number of beavers is pretty stable right now. It may be worth it to add additional beavers. Food is so-so. We're not doing too bad on it. What I am noticing though is that we're like, okay, so those mangroves are all picked. These ones over here though are not. Why would you pop both sides but not... Sure. Thank you. What do I call this one? It's technically downstream water sensor. Downstream water sensor 1. Down sensor 1. There we go. Forced perspective, I swear. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there. more beaver. Wait a second. Oh, okay, they're getting on there. I was like, hang on, how are they? But no, they're okay. It makes sense. It checks out. Love the morning toothbrush. Definitely need to hook up more power. Fair play. Yeah, you can do that. We have enough explosives, so I'm just gonna set that back to normal. Metal blocks is 107, gears 142. That's about half of each that we need. Okay, that's a bit much. In 300 years, got 142. 200 metal blocks, I've got 100. 50 explosives, I got more than enough of that. So yeah, basically we're just waiting on materials to be manufactured. Although I said that, I do have the metal blocks technically in storage. Explosives, I got gears. I have everything. I have enough of everything. They're just not being brought over here. But that's not the end of the world. I can deal with that. I think they should be able to reach out from there. These are definitely just gonna get wiped out. Well, not the explosives, but the rest of them. Hey. Almost to the point where the hysteresis might, like, you know... I mean, I say that. There is no hysteresis on this one. It's just pump if available, and we need some, I guess. I should add hysteresis to this one, but oh well. Given that this should always work, I should modify this to literally just be a hysteresis. How much water do we have? Max versus min. Bad water storage. Big. Oh. Full. Empty. And then one of these guys. And then this one's going to be... And that one... And then that'll take over for these and turn them on and off as needed. Myself on to work. So right here. That's what I want to see. This should be just about done with every resource that we have available. Yeah, we have enough gears. We have enough metal blocks. Yeah, okay, this is going to be done in a moment. It's just a matter of the beavers getting there to do it. You know, if I wanted to, I could block that, and then I could just dump water in there. And have all that as green space. That's a thought. And then I stick a levee at the other end, because why not? Or a dam, rather. And that would keep this whole area green, and that part there would already be green. Yeah, that works. Once that's plugged, I'm gonna let the water run to flush a lot of this out. This is missing 2 metal blocks, which are probably being walked over as we speak. Yeah, right there. Now just someone needs to beat her with a hammer. There it goes. So close. It's quitting time. Progress is being made. There we go. I basically just want it dribbling through right now. Because I mostly just want it to... Okay. So this is going to be set to half. This is going to be set to go. I'm gonna have to set up like a whole thing on all of these to make it work the way I want, I suspect. But that's fine, I can do that. That'll sort itself out later. That'll refill. That'll go hit 1.75. This will refill. This will fill up to 1.8. This is set to half of that. Yeah, okay, I'm definitely gonna have to set up hysteresis. Okay. I wish there was like a all-in-one thing that I could set up here, because it would be very nice to not have to deal with having multiple blocks for every automation, like the memory and all that. So, for example, this is I want it to turn off at 1.8, 1.5, and then this is going to be down sensor 1 low, down sensor 1 high, down sensor 1 low, down sensor 1 high, and that is going to control this. Down sensor 1 toggle. This will probably turn on in a minute, so, you know, that's good. I love how well that works. That's being toggled on because this is toggled on because this is dry. And this should stop filling at 0.8. I'm actually going to call that 0.9 for now because I don't really want it all flowing downstream right now. And a drought's coming. Well, all the better for my waterworks, I suppose. This is still calling for water because this has not reached out, and there we go. That's now no longer calling for water, and that should be closed. Perfect. It actually occurs to me these are not a great location for these. Although I do, actually I do want them there, don't I? Well, no, I want them next level down, don't I? Yes, I do. Down sensor 2 low. Down sensor to I. Down sensor to toggle. When off, go there. When on, go there. Actually, go there. Because that should just get the water flowing. You have so much room for activities. Damn you, force perspective. Again. Okay, and they're just gonna do their thing. They're gonna be out all night. But they'll be fine. And the subway will eventually just come all the way around. And it's nearly connected there. this during a drought would actually kind of be ideal because it would drain this out. I love how fast the beavers travel in there. It's so good. Anyway, this is where we're going to call it a day. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.